Now I'm going to attempt actually filleting this fish up with Mr. Joe Holland's hatchet. So let's see. That is insane, Joe. Now, normally I would turn, so let's go down the spine. That is insane.
Watch your fingers.
There won't be but one person to blame.
Me.
That gonna be me. Look at that talent. You know what would be great, Joe? Is if we cook lunch up by the trains today.
Oh yeah.
What do you think?
I like it. Get to show you the ghost trains.
Yep.
Cut the bones.
Mm-hmm. Just cutting down through the ribs.
Oh, you got that thing tight too.
Yeah.
No meat on it at all.
What are you talking about, Joe?
What are you talking about, Willis?
What you talking about, Willis? Come on, guys. Comment below. Comment below. What do you think of this fillet job with the Joe Holland? Look at that. The Joe Holland axe.
I'll tell you, somebody who's not going to be happy are those Gorbies, because you didn't leave any meat on the carcass.
Oh my goodness, that is going to eat up wonderfully. And you can, good gosh, look at this. Look at the fat, Joe.
Oh, they're fatty.
Look at the fat in it.
Some people don't like lake trout because they think they're oily or fatty, but I like it.
Check that out. Filleted with Joe Holland's hatchet. Now, I don't know if this is possible. I know this is sharp enough to do it, but I don't know if it's possible. So we're actually going to try to take the skin off of it. And we're going to use these pliers to help us since my hands are like frozen. So we're going to lock these cheaters in. And let's make a flat surface, Joe. Make a flat surface, something we can skin.
Here, you
it.
want my kneeling mat?
Here we go. We're gonna do it just like this, Joe. Just like this, Joe. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Joe, you ought to go into sharpening people's...
I do. Everybody in town brings their axes and knives over.
I'm going to tell you this right now. If I lived near you, you would have... Oh, I got in too big of a hurry. Got in too big of a hurry.
You must have a flag up.
Look there, Joe. Would you look there?
Oh, we got a flag.
Here we go.
Your midnight's up.
Look at that.
That's thin. Turn that so the folks at home can see how thin that skin is.
Look at that.
Thin skin, just like my buddy Pat.
Oh.
He's got some fun.
We got a flagger. We got some flagger.
You got your flabby beefcakes hanging.
Oh. Every time, like you said, every time we get to doing something, something happens.
Uh-oh. He's about to lose $5. Or we are.
No, we didn't see nothing spin, remember?
Don't holler, it's only $5.
Oh.
Oh,
he got sideways again. Sideways hooked him.
Oh, he's still alive. Drop him down. Drop him down.
Uh-oh. We gonna get us a live one.
Can I have that dead one? I'll jig with him.
Here, you take it.
Thanks. How'd that axe work? It looks pretty. You did a good job
I
skinning it.
skinned it with the axe.
All right, guys, we are doing an adventure. It's really late in the day, but we don't care. We're gonna head in. I really want to show David the ghost trains. It's a sight to be seen in the middle of the North Maine woods wilderness, thousands and thousands of acres, miles away from anywhere else, and he's just gonna freak when he sees these things. I know him well enough to know. But what else are we gonna do while we're in there, David?
Oh, we brought us some food. We got us some fire starters, and we're gonna cook on the fire again. So any of y'all who saw yesterday's video, you get to see some more cooking today at this video. But he told me bedtime stories. He was like my dad the other night, just telling me bedtime stories about these trains, telling me how they, you know, it was men and oxen who with axes and shovels and shoveled and axed their way in with these massive trains. So that right there intrigued my mind with history. So yeah, we're going on a history tour. We're going to school. We're going to school. What do they call it? A school trip or a venture trip? Whatever.
Yeah,
we're going on
like
a
that.
trip.
Yeah, what would they call it? We're going on a trip. It's
What
gonna
do
be
you
awesome.
call it in school when you go on a
Field trip.
field trip?
Yeah, field trip.
We going on a field trip, people.
Yeah, not just that. There's also the tramways up there too, which is part of the train system, and it's just unbelievable. So really excited to show David that, and really excited to show you guys that. So stick along. I got to put this away because we're going to hammer down riding in. We got some serious trails to get in there.
All right, guys, we're here to one of the engines. There's actually two engines, and the pulley system that these engines did is mind-blowing. So if you look right here, you got this major cable, and you have these pulley systems with the runners with the spikes on them. That of course, that's a log. They would transport from a lake,
From Eagle.
from Eagle Lake, that was way a long ways that way, pull it all the way to here to get it to this way, to actually float the logs and get them down to the paper mill. So this was actually built in the fall of 1902 by Fred Dow, and it was a steam powered tramway to move the logs, and it's unbelievable. It's got a 6,000 foot cable, and these guys were way ahead of their time back in the day, and I just think it's cool. Like, touching a piece of history, like
That's 6,000 foot long, that cable.
6,000 foot long cable, and touching a piece of history like this, I don't know, it's just, it's cool. It's cool. We're gonna go explore a little bit more, show you a few other little things, but
With a full head of steam, this thing went 3 miles per hour.
oh my gosh.
Yeah, and it moved over 500,000 board feet of logs per day, running from 4 a.m. to 8 p.m. on a 22-inch gauge track. It was essentially a small railroad.
And you can see right here, this is kind of the view where we're at. Of course, it doesn't look the same anymore, but you can see the logs coming in to there to hit to the lake, to float it down the river, the lakes, to get to a paper mill.
Yep, and this whole thing's a testimony of the people who came before us, their ingenuity and their willingness to take on any problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, the problem was logs are over there in that lake. They need them in this lake, and there's 3,000 foot in between it.
Oh lordy.
So and they ended up moving. They ran this for 6 years, and they ended up doing 100 million board feet went through this tramway right here. So
That's-
ships, houses, everything.
That's a lot of building done with that for sure. So pretty cool to see history.
And then this was built out over the north end of the lake was the crib work like this. There's a crib work. There's still some parts of it out in the north end. We can't get there right now because the ice is sketchy. But this is one of the steam engines right here. It's pretty awesome. Yeah, it's just a piece of history that just gets forgotten. But I'm glad they've kept it. They've kept it up. That's old man's beard. That's what the deer eat when they're rotten. That's the only thing the bucks will eat. They'll just grab a nibble as they're running by. It tastes terrible. I've tried it a bunch. So see this raised ground on your left? That's where the tramway was. So 1 million foot of board foot came across that. And there's still like cable and track on that ground right there from 1902 to 1908. But that's it. That's the tramway right next to us. And the crib work that ran across the north end of the lake was for these trains. Wait till you see these trains. Because you know where we are now. If you saw this on TV, you wouldn't appreciate it as much. But now you know how far we are from civilization. 100 miles from civilization, dude. In the wilderness. Just that steam-powered engine is amazing behind us. They brought that in by boat in the 1900s by steamboat, and then paddled, and had horses to get it to here. All right, buddy. This is exciting.
It's kind of eerie feeling. Not
Dude,
eerie,
no,
but
it is. It
like
is.
just, you know, how many men, we're riding on a machine, but how many men were, like this was a thriving highway in the woods of just work.
Thousands of
I
men.
can just see men just...
Axe over one shoulder, saw over the other, grub sack on the other.
Yeah.
Wool.
Yeah.
It is. I feel it. You can feel all the souls still here on this block of land. Yep. Campfires.
Yeah.
How many people died working here? Horse teams, it's oxen, it's awesome. We're getting closer, I promise you. The suspense is building.
I've heard y'all talk about how big it is.
It's just the engine, the steam engines. You know, the engine that runs the train. Here you go, buddy.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna give you the loop first, then we'll get out.
Dude, you talk about power. Oh my gosh. Dude, that dude right there could pull down the whole city of Las Vegas.
Yep.
When you step, I'm on a vehicle, and when you step and you're looking up at an engine, that's pretty impressive.
You gotta stand next to some of these wheels, like, and you're still standing on 10 inches of snow. 1926, 1927, King LaCroix brought these in from Lac Frontier, Quebec.
I'm standing on about 2 foot of snow, and I mean, I'm not even up to where I need to be yet. Oh my God. History, right here. History. That's cool.
Like it?
Oh, love it.
I knew you would.
Love it. Imagine being the man.
I know.
Like, you're the man who's got the power. Just, I don't know how they thrusted it, but just imagine the power that guy felt. Like, right now, I got more power
You can go up in the
to
engine.
move the earth.
You can go up in the operating room if you want, right here. Yeah, there's a ladder, I think. I'll give you a boost if you want. Whoa. You're the man now.
Look at this. This is what I just got through saying. This throttle right here, imagine being the man in charge of this throttle. Like, man, just being able to just put the power to it. And looking in this engine, wonder how much wood was burnt in that. Huh? How much coal. That's amazing.
Want a boiler in it?
Oh my gosh.
Joe, I think I can see your house, I can see Chamberlain Lake, and I think I can see the North Pole from here. That's how big this engine is. You are up there, my friend. That thing is a beast. It is. Do you think right here, do you think steam would have hit my britches and caught my underwear on fire? I think you'd be a cooked hot dog. I think I'd be called well done. Yeah. My britches would be on fire. 98 years ago, they pulled this thing into the woods. You know how hard it'd be to pull it in today? Dude, I try to move like a little sled or something, and they brought it in with axes, shovels, and ox. That blows my mind. It's time to come down. I need you to catch me. Okay, buddy. Jump, I promise I'll catch you. Do it backwards. Let's do a trust fall. Oh, here we go. Trust fall. Come on, Joe. You got me. We ain't doing no trust fall. Even though I know you would catch it. I trust you. I do my best. I know you would do your best, but I just don't think it would be smart. Here we go. We are here. It's been a long day. We got to see everything, and yes, guess what time it is? Joe, it is time to put some calories in our stomach. I like it. A little shore lunch? A little shore lunch. We got to start the oven here. Good gosh, that stuff starts quick. Joe was telling me how quick birch bark starts, but not that I didn't believe you, Joe, but it's just, wow. It's got some good natural oils. One thing you always look for when you first start a fire is you want to look at the smoke, and whichever direction the smoke goes, if it's very calm winds and you don't have a good sense of direction, you always want to start the fire upwind, because that wind is going to give it the oxygen to fuel the fire. So right now we don't have any dominant wind one way or the other. See how the flames are pretty much going straight up in the air? So it really wouldn't matter where you're starting a fire. You don't ever want to start a fire downwind. If you start one downwind, the chances of that fire taking off is going to be low. So, and another example would be blowing into it. So fuel, fire needs fuel. Fuel is oxygen. See how that stokes the fire up? So always go upwind when you start a fire. Bear. Bear! There's a bear there! It's a Sam Squatch. Snap, crackle, pop. We have I'm just going to be getting it warm a little bit. Oh, what are we doing? Tacos? Yeah. Nice. Yeah. I did not know that. We are doing you the man. Tacos. That's it. Please tell me I brought a knife. What do you need? A knife. Not to eat. No, it's just maybe in the oven. We are working on
the fish taco burritos. It's always nice when you got a knife with an axe. I'm scared to death of that thing. That thing gonna end up getting in me.
A sharp axe is a safe axe. It's when they're dull is when people get in trouble because they force it. And then they have slips. Remember that.
That is an awesome steak.
Yep. Cut the switch.
One thing you're doing when you are cooking these aluminum foil ovens is what I call them, is if you get them tilted wrong and the butter and the oils that come out of the fish all float down to one side, a lot of that fish will get that burnt taste to it and it won't turn out perfect. So a good thing to do while you are cooking through the fire is you can actually pick it up, rotate it, make sure you keep it wet is what you want. Keep it wet that whole time while you're cooking it. That way she'll be good. Won't have any burnt taste to it. Joe is getting us some scallop steaks is what he's doing.
There you go, buddy.
I'm telling you, when it comes to metal and sharpening metal, you don't want nothing of that, man. Gillette might think about sponsoring him to sharpen all their razors for just shaving our face. My man knows how to sharpen something. Oh, sometimes you'll hear that.
Oh, it was.
And it's the oil leaking out of the. It's the oil.
No, I think that was just the green bush.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you think of them trains, Bob?
Dude, that's impressive.
What's wrong with that?
Well, would you look a here? Would you look a here? Joe forgot about scallops. We had them in the actual snow sled, and he's like, hey, I just remembered I have scallops in my snow sled. How awesome is that to actually forget that you got...
Show the folks at home how rich we are.
We are rich. This is pure scallops that were living in the ocean, what, 3 days? What
2 days.
2 days ago. Doesn't matter, 2 or 3 days ago. And one of his great friends, who's my great friend now, and I'm telling you thank you as you're watching this video.
Kyle, Brandon, Mark.
Kyle, Brandon, I've got to hang out with some of the coolest guys ever here since meeting Joe, meeting good friends. This trip has been an incredible trip. But yes, we're getting ready. Oh, look at the fat coming off, dripping off of that. Oh my gosh.
Is it looking good?
Oh, it is looking phenomenal. Look at the fat dripping off of that bad boy. I just want to stick my tongue underneath there and go get all that fat. Oh my gosh.
These might be the tastiest scallops you've ever had.
Hear it sizzling in there.
That sounds like tinfoil sizzle. don't let me forget that bag. We'll be coming
I
back.
can tell you, Joe just set the scallops down in the snow and said, "Don't let me forget that bag." I can tell you right now,
We'll walk
I
back.
can assure you that them scallops ain't gonna be forgot about.
We'll be walking back if we
You
have to.
daggum Skippy. And she has broken apart, my man. We are in the good with that. And I'm gonna say we are probably in the good with this.
Scallops need a little bit of flame if we can get it.
So, since my man Joe has us, we're losing light a little bit.
Oh, that's true. We gotta get going.
But we are going to
Oh,
warm us
fish
up.
is done.
Yeah. We got us warming up our shell. Give our shell a little smoke flavor, a little bit of fire flavor. Oh,
That's all right.
David.
No, that's perfectly fine.
All right, grab that up. Won't you prop that? Grab that up. All right, here come taco number one. So what I like to do, we can't go wrong with a little bit of cilantro. We're gonna start off with a little bit of cilantro, okay? And we're gonna take some of this secret sauce and just do one little bead straight down through the middle. We're gonna get us a little bit of fire roasted salsa. If you've never had fire roasted, you will probably go back. So just use your hands a little bit. We're gonna take some of this fire roasted salsa. We're gonna put a little bam on it. We're gonna touch it up with a little bit of lemon. Then we're going to take some dry coleslaw cabbage to give it a little bit of crunch right there. And then of course the main ingredient, which is cusk. Here we go. Look at that beautifulness. Look at that beautifulness. Joe, my man, you have treated me like a king. You have put me on fish. You have broke me in on a lot of new first things in life. And it is my honor to give you David Dudley's Cusk Taco.
Here we go, guys. Drive one of them into you. Wow. That is dang good. Wow. Holy cow, that's good. I don't know if you guys can see. Smoking.
Smell good too.
That togue?
Yeah.
For all the haters that say togue's terrible, let's try it. I would eat the south end of a northbound togue any day of the week.
Joe, got it?
Thanking. That's a beast. That's a beast of a burrito, Frajito, a Davidito, a Dudleyito, a Dudleyito. Oh,
Good.
that was awesome. Thank you.
I
Oh, dessert, David. Dessert. What's for dessert, buddy? Fresh.
Joe.
Gill.
Joe, I really don't think you should eat that.
I agree.
I don't.
I agree. But I'm gonna.
I'll be the experiment guy.
Yeah.
If I eat all of these and I don't get sick tonight, you can cook,
good idea.
You can cook your own. So
Let me know if they're terrible.
I'm gonna start, you know.
Let me know if they're too hot.
You know, eating one of
Oh,
these
wow.
might even be better than the Big O.
Holy cow.
Got that smoke. We started off with smoke
Yeah.
and ended it up in the
What a combo.
butter sauce. Good golly, Miss Molly.
Wow, so tender too. Those are big scallops.
Joe, I don't know if I can thank you enough. This trip, truly, I got goosebumps underneath my arms. I don't think this trip is going in my memory bank, something I'm not going to forget. Guys, after experiencing 4 days or 5 days up here in Maine, I am a Maine lover right now. I do love this state. It is, until you actually experience it, you don't really comprehend how gorgeous it is. And I've told him, I said, I think Maine is like the East Coast Alaska. It's still wild. It's still like frontierish. A lot of history here, a lot of lakes, if you're an outdoorsman, I think this is the Alaska of the East Coast. So, Joe, thank you, my man.
No need to thank me, buddy. That was a blast for me. I had an absolute great time. I learned a ton, and it's great to reconnect. You know, David took me under his wing when I got to the pro level, and you know, he's way up here at the top of the game, you know, best in the world for several years, and here I am just coming in, and he took me under his wing, and just great guy. So the least I could do for him is to give him a great time up here, and I'm looking forward to the next time already.
I am not looking forward to my flight tomorrow. I'm not kidding you. I wish I could stay up here more days with you. So I think, I said it earlier, if we get enough comments, I think I might come back.
All right, if people like it.
If people are liking it, I might come back. I don't know. We'll see what happens, but I don't think this is going to be my last trip. All right, guys, you just heard me talk about Maine, and I'm really sad right now. Like, listening to this silence, I keep telling you guys, listening to silence is one of the greatest things that you can do in your lifetime. Once you experience silence and you go towards, this has been an incredible experience, guys. Make sure you go check out Joe Holland Fishing. He actually has some of the same footage that you've been watching through mine on his channel, with a lot more bonus scenes. So make sure you check out Joe Holland Fishing. And if you're not a subscriber to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button on both of us. It sure does help us out in the long run. I appreciate you guys' support, and I will be back with you guys shortly. I haven't forgot about you, but I appreciate every one of y'all's support, and I'm out.